Adam Montgomery, convicted child killer who killed his own daughter, was viciously beaten in prison. If you're not familiar with his case, scroll down on my page so you find his name to get more details and a more in-depth look into his sick fucking ass. This was a complete failure of the judges, DCF, parenting, corruption at the highest level. So rest in peace to baby Harmony, and let's get into it. Baby girl Harmony, born June 7, 2014, to Crystal Soray and Adam Montgomery. Harmony faced challenges right from the beginning, including partial blindness in her left eye. 2 months old, she was placed in foster care under the Massachusetts Department of Children and Families. Due to her parents' inability to care for her, she remained in DCF custody until February of 2019. February 2019, despite Harmony's stable placement in foster care, the Juvenile Court of Massachusetts awarded full custody to her biological father, Adam Montgomery. The decision has been scrutinized, especially considering Adam's criminal history and reported substance abuse issues. And we're not talking about the past. He literally failed a drug test for a DCF worker that he knew. They said, as long as you go to treatment, it'll be fine. It gets worse, though. After gaining custody, Adam Montgomery, along with his wife Kayla and their 2 sons, moved to New Hampshire. Reports indicate that Harmony suffered physical abuse during this period. Adam's uncle, Kevin Montgomery, noticed Harmony with a black eye, to which Adam allegedly admitted causing. Despite Kevin's reports to Child Protective Services, no effective action was taken. That's the reality. You report to everybody, the judges and DCF, and all they do is look at you like you're crazy, and they wonder why. In late 2019, the family faced eviction, lived in a homeless shelter. During this tumultuous time, Harmony disappeared. Her absence went unnoticed by authorities for over 2 years. Crystal Soray, Harmony's mother, reported her missing in late 2021 after being unable to contact her. Think about that. The baby had to go to foster care, then got adopted by a dude that is using substances, has a history of domestic violence, and disappears for 2 years. The mother reports her. There's no follow-up visits from the foster care agencies. Nah, they don't give a fuck about these kids. And it's always the ones closest to you that end up destroying these kids. And the agencies that are supposed to help the kids put them in more danger. The Manchester Police Department launched an investigation in December 2021. Adam Montgomery was arrested on January 3rd, 2022, facing charges including second-degree assault and endangering the welfare of a child. Despite the extensive searches, Harmony's body has never been found. August 2022, authorities announced they believe Harmony was murdered by her father. Adam Montgomery's trial began on February 8th, 2024. He was found guilty of second-degree murder on February 22nd, 2024, and sentenced to 45 years to life on May 9th, 2024. Current update, March 2025, Adam Montgomery has filed an appeal against his conviction, which is currently pending in the New Hampshire Supreme Court. Adam Montgomery, an inmate housed in secure protective custody, was violently assaulted by his assigned cellmate, what appears to be a targeted attack. The assault is believed to be linked to Montgomery's alleged past affiliation with the gang, the Simon City Royals, a white gang within the Folk Nation, as well as threats made against him regarding his tattoos. Prior to his transfer from a New Hampshire facility, Montgomery had already faced hostility. Inmates had warned him that his tattoos, specifically the teardrops he claimed were for his daughter, would be forcibly removed. As when you have that on your face and you say it's for your daughter and you're claiming this organization, first you gotta try to be cool and say you're a killer, this and that. Now you're saying it's for your daughter and you didn't really do it. Oh no, they're gonna cut that shit off your face. Probably tattoo something else or shape it into something else. You could probably understand what they could shape it into, right? While reaching for his food tray, through the protective custody slot, an unknown object, possibly a blade or sharpened needle, sliced his hand. Montgomery immediately dropped the tray, his hand bleeding, and later sought legal assistance to expedite his transfer, ultimately landing in a Virginia facility under increased security. Despite being housed in protective custody, Montgomery was assigned a new cellmate. According to sources inside the prison, the cellmate allegedly received a kite. That's just a note, hidden, tiny, wrote in code, whatever it may be, wrote in piss, invisible ink, codic language that will tell an inmate a certain mission or a certain situation that he's in that he has to handle, or a hit, what they're offering. It could be so many different things. Within the kite, They offer commissary items and potential payment in exchange for forcibly removing Montgomery's tattoos. The cellmate then launched a brutal attack, catching Montgomery off guard. Montgomery was struck repeatedly with his attacker focusing on his face and upper body. The assault escalated as the assailant slammed Montgomery against the wall and onto the floor, stomping and kicking his head. Reports indicate that he attempted to scrape or tear at Montgomery's facial tattoo with his bare hands. Montgomery tried to defend himself but was quickly overpowered. Always the ones that go after the little babies, the children, the women. How are they on their back getting overpowered in prison? The predator becomes the victim every single time. Correctional officers responded after hearing the commotion, deploying chemical agents, aka pepper spray, to break up the attack. Both inmates were restrained and medical staff were called to assess Montgomery's injuries, which reportedly included a broken nose, fractured teeth, and significant facial bruising. As of now, Montgomery has been relocated to a more secure protective custody unit, an undisclosed Virginia prison. Why do they hide these baby killers? You got people on death row that you can know where they're at all times, yet you kill a baby and you think you deserve that? Prison administration is investigating the origins of the kite and whether further revenge or other actions are being planned against him. So the Simon City Royals are a predominantly white organization that started in Chicago, offset of the Folk Nation. They're supposedly aligned with the Gangster Disciples and other organizations. They're real big in Mississippi, and they don't play that shit. The fact that he's walking around with that teardrop, which represents something to that organization, a lot of times it is a body or a certain thing like a life sentence that you caught for the organization, or someone that died in the organization, in battle, whatnot, and you're trying to say that's for your daughter? Nah. You thought in the beginning when you got there, these dudes were going to be your friend and say you were framed. You were getting this commissary and you were passing it around to your PC dorm. And once you have no more money, once it's gone, because nobody's going to fuck with a baby killer, then you started to be in a little situation there. You couldn't get your dope anymore. So now you're getting the shit beat out of you. Dudes are scratching your eyes trying to get those tattoos removed. Remember, time doesn't exist, only opportunity. This is just the beginning. This is how they save face. Along the lines, people get extorted. But unfortunately for this dude, he's got nobody. He killed his own daughter. The system failed that little girl on the highest level. The judges don't give a fuck. They don't sit there and do what's right. They do what they think is right now, good for their pockets and their job. Rest in peace to this baby girl. Stay out, stay free, us.